Drake, the name that was once synonymous with unstoppable success. From breaking streaming records to defining a generation of music. Drake was on top of the world, but lately, cracks have begun to show.
Drake, bro, okay, he got one up on you. It happens. Mm-hmm. You take this kind of measure? Chad, I'm confused. Just let it, bro, he got you.
What is going on with Drake? The first cracks began to show in 2018 when Pusha T's diss track revealed allegations about Drake's secret child and ghostwriting controversies with Meek Mill back in 2015. While Drake's response quelled some criticism, the whispers about how authentic he was began to grow louder.
All right, me and bro to have a personal conversation. And I mean Drake, if we had a personal conversation, he could have seen where I was coming from. Whether he wanted to be an actor and deny the shit or not, you know what I'm saying? I would have been like, look, if you gonna do that, make up for it somehow. Even if it's like, yo, go check out Lil Bro. Go check out Lil Bro. You feel me? Go look at his music. Boom. Then I would have shut up. But otherwise, it's like you tried to sacrifice me, bro. You tried to sacrifice me. You could put that. You could put that as the caption if you want. The nigga tried to.
Around that same time, the late XXXTentacion accused Drake of stealing his flow on KMT, sparking a heated debate about Drake's authenticity again. Though X untimely death in 2018 ended in the feud, the shadow of these accusations lingers. Right before X died, he made an eerie post about Drake, saying that if he dies, that it's Drake that did it, and he's snitching on him. Fast forward to today, on November 29, 2024, Dedrick Williams, one of the 3 defendants convicted of his involvement in the murder of X, is filing court documents for an appeal. In his petition, Williams' attorney, Mauricio Padilla, points to the rapper Drake's alleged feud with the victim as proof that he could be an alternate suspect.
They had claimed, discovered visual evidence that Drake could have had ties to the same organization as a co-defendant in this case, Robert Allen. And I believe the brief states, Dr. Cruz's research revealed photos of Mr. Graham throwing the same gang signs as Allen. And Allen is that accomplice who I mentioned before who testified against his co-defendants. But Cruz also revealed that people who knew Drake were allegedly seen in XXXTentacion's neighborhood threatening him before he died. The brief reads, social media posts showed these same known Graham associates were seen in Onfroy's neighborhood threatening him just prior to the murder. And then they say even more revealing is this connection that Cruz made to Drake's song lyrics, because shortly after XXX was killed, the brief writes, Mr. Graham released a song entitled Triple X with suspicious lyrics. SMS Triple X, that's the only time I shot below the neck. And Dr. Cruz found another connection between the murder and Drake's lyrics in the song I'm Upset. The song I'm Upset contains lyrics regarding Louis bags for body bags, the implication there being that Drake was referencing murder. But ultimately, Cruz was completely excluded from the trial, and the jury did not hear any of his findings. Mauricio, I have that right. And can you emphasize that a little bit more? Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yes. Okay. So Dr. De La Cruz did proffer to the court everything that you've stated regarding the song lyrics, the fact that Drake was throwing gang signs that were the same gang signs that Allen was throwing up in different social media posts.
As of right now, the murder case of X is officially being reopened, which is ironic how this is all happening right after Drake just sued Kendrick Lamar's label, UMG. Speaking of Kendrick Lamar, in late 2024, Drake found himself in one of the most heated battles of his career. Not on stage, but in courtrooms and the court of public opinion. His feud with Kendrick Lamar exploded when Kendrick's diss track, Not Like Us, accused Drake of troubling behaviors, sparking outrage online. Allegations of pay-to-play schemes and inflated streaming numbers further tarnished his image, casting a shadow over his credibility as a global superstar.
No matter how much I like Drake, bro, I can't, bro. Like, bro, you just gotta take your L, dog. You gotta take your L. Take your L.
Now, let's get this understood. Inflating streaming numbers is not something that's new, right? And it's really not even the artist doing that. It's really the labels, just to make a song appear more popping than it actually is. Now, with Drake, the cracks began to widen again when his relationships with key collaborators came under scrutiny. A subtle jab from The Weeknd, Rick Ross, Future, Metro Boomin, A$AP Rocky, Literally all came out and dissed Drake individually. But the drama wasn't just personal. Musically, critics began to notice a shift.
I really think this is Drake's lowest point yet in terms of level of effort. He really put almost nothing into this record. It's so one note, badly produced, weakly sung, horrendously underwritten. And yeah, a lot of the shit people have been saying about it online about just like, you know, being the kind of music that plays over the loudspeaker at H&M. For the most part, that's really accurate. Yeah, this Drake record is not good.
Some fans are accusing Drake of recycling old formulas, while others feel like he's straying too far from his roots. As if musical criticism wasn't enough, allegations of inappropriate relationships with younger women raised serious questions. While no legal action was taken, the optics were damaging for an artist who relied on public adoration. Over time, fans and critics began to notice patterns in Drake's music and persona that seemed out of touch with who he really is.
Who's my man? Yaramir Yager, yo.
It's a Yama, say what now?
Come on, dog, he's a hockey player. The man won the Art Ross Trophy 4 years in a row, fat.
To understand his decline, we first need to recognize the heights he reached. From Nothing Was the Same to Take Care to Scorpion, Drake was unstoppable. His ability to blend rap, R&B, and pop made him a global icon. Hits like Hot Like Bling, God's Plan, and In My Feelings dominated the airwaves, earning him countless awards and billions of streams. Drake was really more than just a rapper. He was a cultural phenomenon, but with great power comes with even greater scrutiny.
Turn that around because we know how far it was going, and almost went, you know. So
when you talk about reconciliation, you obviously have Chris, Meek, Tory, Puff to an extent, you know, and things have been exasperated by Pusha. At this point in your career, in your life, do you think you could ever squash things or mend things with him?
Well, you know, I'm at a great healing place in my life, which is why all those people you mentioned, that I really never, when I really break down the issues, when I started to sort of stop thinking from such a confrontational, paranoid, violent standpoint, I started to just really break down, what's our issue again? What is this over again? Like, it's over a fight we had in like 2009, or it's over it's over the fact that we're from the same city, or it's over, I was able to, to mend a lot of those situations. A lot of people ask me like, yo, why? Like, why are you doing this? Why would you do it? And I wanted my closest friends to know that it's for me, you know? It's got a lot to do with me. It's not a fun life when you're like just in a lot of beefs with people. You know, you gotta check on who's gonna be at an event. You start moving different. You start, I was changing as a person, becoming a guy that was, definitely willing to do some terrible things, definitely moving with a different energy. And, like I said, it's just not a fun life when you have to just look over your shoulder all the time, or wonder, all right, if this goes left, which one of my friends is gonna go sit for 2, 3, 4, 10 years? It's just not, it's not a really...
Was it ego, overexposure, or the pressures of staying on top in an industry that thrives over tearing its stars down? And what does this mean for the future of his career? If you ask me, I think Drake should retire, bro. As the controversies grow, so does the intrigue. Will he rise above the chaos, or are we witnessing the beginning of the end for one of hip-hop's greatest?